Blackacre Ranch, everybody. My name's Jeff, and so what we're doing today, right now, is you'll see I've been moving some of these pig feeders, these automatic pig feeders. These are those stainless steel ones. We got them online somewhere, Vet Supply or something like that online, but I brought a new one from home, and it's all pretty and shiny. It's on the outside. It's the one without the dirt marks. So anyway, as you recall last time that I talked about the pigs a couple episodes ago or whenever it was, we had all the food in the middle. I think I'm done with that because right now the pigs are eating about 4 bags a week. That's 200 pounds, and I don't want to be lugging 200 pounds around everywhere like that. So I'm going to try moving it here. It is up against the fence. I think it's going to maybe be a little wobbly, but we can open the lid, dump in some feed, and see what the pigs do. I'm sure they're going to shift things around. It's probably going to be a little awkward. It'll be adjustments in the future, but right now it's just the feed. Last year when we were doing the pigs, we had bought some bulk feed from a feed mill, and this is called Maxi Gain. This is a blend that they have. We've stored it in some of these tubs because the pigs died like 2 weeks or a week after we got it all, and we had 2,000 pounds of it. So there is actually one container over here that's opened. That one wasn't sealed very tight, so water got in it, and when that happens, nothing good happens to your feed. So this is it. I dumped it out last week or the week before. It had a bunch of stuff growing in it. It was molding up, so I just threw it out here to kind of dry out. So that's what it's doing. However, all of this other stuff seems to be pretty good. So this is dry. There's nothing growing in it. So it seems to be pretty good. So now that I've got all this extra feed from last year, I think it's about time we start using it. This Do More stuff, the bag, is $16 a pound, okay? A bag, sorry. $16 a bag, which is 50 pounds. So if I go 16 divided by 50, I'm looking 32 cents a pound, okay? That's pretty expensive for feed, and these pigs, like I said, are going through like 200 pounds a week. They're not foraging as much as I want them to do. So we have all this extra feed from last year, and it's dry, it's looking good. I'm gonna feed it to the pigs. So I have put some on the ground already. They don't seem too interested in it, and which kind of sucks, to be honest with you. Last year I don't think they were super interested in it either. Of course, why would they? If you've got a bunch of candies and desserts like this Do More stuff that they just freak out for, they're not going to eat the other stuff, which might not be quite as desirable. Anyway, so I'm going to give them feed, put it in one. I might mix them in the other. I might mix them in both. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like when I get up there, but we're going to start trying to put the feed up here in the corner because I don't want to lug it anymore, and let's get them their feed and see how this goes. Shoveling this in is not very easy, so ideally I would like to have the feeder on the outside of the fence and then have just the bottom where they flip the lid, that underneath, so you'd have to cut out a little bit. That way loading is a lot easier. Right now I'm gonna have to be going over this barbed wire fence. That's not cool. I don't like that. So I might change my mind on this. All right, so I improvised from my improvising. So they had the vertical stays here, or the vertical lines. I cut those off at the bottom and wrapped them up top, so that way I can slide a shovel or a bag through. I did leave the center one just for extra support, and I didn't go all the way over, except to the width of whatever this was. So once I fill it up, then I can always take these vertical guys and just stick them back down for a visual deterrent at least, but otherwise they're staying up top for now. Now let's see if this makes it any easier. since I know they're eating about 4 bags of feed, and this Maxi Gain isn't as heavy, I filled up the Maxi Gain about a half full. What I want to do is test them out this week. I'm only going to feed them 3 bags of that Do More, which means they should finish that off around Wednesday, Thursday, and that'll leave them with really the only option is to start eating this other stuff. And I want to see if they're going to start eating it, okay? Before I fill this thing up all the way, before I waste it or, you know, whatever, I want to see if they're actually going to eat it. So I'm only going to give them 3 bags, and then next week I want to see if the level of this, you know, purchased feed from last year is edible to them, if they're going to start eating it. So anyway, 3 bags it is right now. Now obviously you can tell that they don't seem to like the Maxi Gain. The custom blend, if you want to call it, kind of general purpose. So we're going to see how this goes. Now I do recognize that it being a year old, it does look good. There's a chance maybe it's just not good anymore and I don't know it, but there's no bugs in it, there's no wetness, there's no mold. So they open it and then they look at it and then they go to the other one. So we'll give this a try. I want to see if they get desperate, if they start eating it or not. They're pretty spoiled with this Do More stuff. And it works really good. It's just 32 cents a pound for feed versus 14 cents a pound. If you can cut your feed bill in half, that's just money in your pocket at the end. I just want to make sure it's a good product still. So we'll let these pigs at it and see where they are next week. The next thing I wanted to do was kind of go over to that garage and go over some of the details on that, start cleaning the grass around it as we plan for kind of starting that demo on the outside and building it back up. But I noticed an issue over at the water tanks. Despite getting 2 full tanks and having gobs of water, we actually have a pipe that's from the gutter that broke off. So let's go check that out. Let's fix that, and then let's go over this little house or this little garage and start messing around with it. All right, so there's the disconnect. That's our problem. So the water coming in from the gutter bends that corner, and there must have been a lot of force. We had some seriously torrential downpours for like 30 minutes at times this last week, and it must have backed up enough in the sense that all the air couldn't escape out of the actual tank, and it must have backed up and popped out the pipe. Those had not been glued, so I'm going to get up there and glue them right now. Actually, it was glued on the gutter side of the elbow, but not on the tank side of the elbow, so I'll take care of that right now. Don't want to forget these guys. All right, now one hand has a camera, one hand has glue and primer. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Slender thoughts. Slender thoughts. Almost. Haha. Well, that might be one problem. I think this board flipped around. It used to be more twisted. this shouldn't be experiencing too much load. But I only have so much distance up here at the tank, and then this only comes off the wall so far. So to try and put them all together, I only got in probably about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. But again, I think the glue will hold. This garage, I'm hoping, is going to be really handy. So we're going to start storing our stuff in there once I can get it done. Our game plan with that is I'm going to go over, start weed whacking around it. I want to clear out around the sides. I want to be able to have access down to the concrete around every part of it. I also want to see what the dirt is like. If the dirt is raised up, if it's above grade, if you want to call it that, or above the concrete slab. So first step, I'm just going to go ahead and clean everything around it, and then we'll start making decisions thereafter. For those wanting to know, this is an FS91 steel weed whacker. It's more of the commercial grade. It has the double hand grips. This little strap. This strap isn't long enough, to be honest, for me being 6'3", 6'4", but I wish it could go another inch or two out so I could level it. Anyway, this is the blade I'm using. This is to cut down a little bit more thicker than grass. So if you've noticed from the stuff I've been doing, this grass isn't cutting very well, but the stubs are. So I've been able to break down all these big stumps and weeds. I think that's a patch. I thought I got that one, maybe not. But you can see there's still a mat of grass. And it'll cut the grass some, but not super well. So this is to trim it down and get it down as far as I can, because the twine is not going to cut all these stumps. Now, over here you can see everything's below the concrete, but up here it starts getting closer and closer. So I might remove some of this and try and get like some scraping and get it away from the side. But yeah, this is the progress so far. Now I do realize I have a tractor, okay, and I have a mower, And that 12-foot bat wing would do this in like a heartbeat. I just don't know what's on here. I don't know what kind of stuff I would find. I don't know what I would hit. Plastic bags, wood, some steel I've seen under here. So I've just been taking it out with the weed whacker, and we'll probably continue to do so as we work ourselves around. I think I need a rake. Holy cow. We do have a saw blade as well, but this just seems to work best for all those smaller kind of twig stuff. But I need to get a rake and pull some of this through, and then be able to hopefully next week get all more progress on the backside. We have a boat trailer back there. I think it's a boat trailer, and we have a tree that we're gonna have to cut down. So anyway, when we have more hands, we'll make progress there. All right, so I've got to check the buffalo, get some other things done, wrapping up that sheet. And the buffalo have just been really distant, so I apologize not getting them on video this week, but we will catch them next time and give some more details on what's going on. Anyway, another day solo at the ranch, but next week should be a little bit different. Appreciate you joining along. We'll catch you next time. All right, see you later, guys. Bye.